let's say that you were in a toxic relationship. Like we talk about toxic relationship, but you were in a toxic relationship and now you survived that toxic relationship. How can you now take that pain you may have gone to, rise up and make money and heal yourself at the same exact time? Great day, it's Leita.
Hey loves, it's Kristen.
So today we want to talk about 5 toxic traits that maybe you possess or maybe you know somebody else possess. But guess what? How to turn those toxic traits into money-making careers.
Yes. So, as you guys know, we're sisters in business, and on our journey, we have been growing consistently. Like, part of our journey as business owners is to make sure that we are bringing our best selves to the table. So tune in, subscribe, comment, like, and share this video if you yourself are either looking to be an entrepreneur, you're looking to be a business owner, or you are a business owner or entrepreneur and want to see our journey as we are growing through certain things in our business so that we can then articulate that into our godly lives as well as our family lives. So one of the quotes that I love is that you must know yourself to grow yourself. That was stated by John Maxwell. And the reason why I say that with this topic is because if you know what you're great at, you can use that in your growth and in your pursuit for happiness, in your pursuit for a great career, in your pursuit for a great business.
So one of the very first traits we'll talk about is, let's say you have to be in a relationship and you have some kind of suspicion that your partner may be doing something. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to spend time looking through their social media. You're going to spend time trying to hack into their phone. Maybe if you're good, you might get in. You may spend time trying to figure out who the exes are, talk to the exes, maybe trying to talk to family member, friends. You're going to spend a lot of energy doing all these things. But guess what you can also be doing during that time?
You could definitely turn that into a career as a private investigator. I looked it up and, it might not be like a lot of money, but imagine if you started a career as a private investigator and you were making $50,000 a year off of that because of the time that you're spending trying to figure out if someone's cheating on you. Like as women, for myself, like I definitely know what it's like to be in a relationship where you're not able to trust the other person. So instead of staying in that relationship and allowing yourself to be in that toxic space, use that energy to potentially look into a career as a private investigator, or even in careers like the FBI. Like, they are looking for people who have the ability to see details and to find results without an end. Even in computer science, all of that is problem solving. Like, there's a situation and you are able to get to the conclusion using your research. So those are some possible careers that can help you build that trade up and bring money back into your pockets.
Yes, they're definitely great at finding evidence. And we're going to figure out why that evidence is there. We're going to get to the bottom of it and the root of it.
Exactly.
So instead of using that in a relationship to figure out what he doing, what she doing, make some money. You might as well get a bag you already got the brain skills to do it, obviously, because you done figured out so much already. So now let's use that money, let's use that time and resources and energy and get the bag. And then you're going to find another man or woman who won't have you all with that toxicity in you.
Right. And
so,
then, but before we move on to that, because I definitely am one to preach, like, know yourself, grow yourself. Again, like, if you were in that situation, you have to heal yourself too before you actually go into the next relationship or into a career, so that you are your healthiest self when you're moving on to create your next level. So that's an important key too. Like, while you are, changing that from a toxic trait to a money-making trait, you have to also understand that you have to look in the mirror and heal yourself from these situations.
Yes, you definitely deserve so much more. Exactly. And a partner who will not put you at ease, so that you know that you always trust them no matter what.
Right.
So next I want to talk about is cheaters. So that person you're already spending, that toxic trait before was you're trying to figure out if that person is cheating on you. But now let's talk about the actual cheater, who also may become a scammer as well. So that person who's spending time dealing with multiple people, trying to remember all these lies, all these stories they're telling people, and all the scamming and all that stuff going on, guess what you could be spending your time doing?
So what I found was a great solution, and to use those traits that you're using to manipulate and be in that position to lie and to cheat, is to be a poker player. Like, the top poker player has made $10 million in one night. So imagine you being able to, I'm assuming you got a good poker face, if you're able to get away with, trying to cheat someone. Like, you could be a poker player, like, use that as a way for you to be able to build a fantastic career where it's actually acceptable to lie. so that's a great consideration, is, get into card games legally. So
yeah, because remember, the same time, like, you're lying, you're scamming. So ultimately you're hurting someone in the end. So you may not see it because you may not see who you're hurting. But in the end, maybe you can stop hurting people, and then create a lot of money from doing so.
So if you made it this far in the video, guess what? Definitely subscribe to our channel. We'll definitely be having so many more conversations just like this of how you can use what you're great at to create a better life. So definitely subscribe, comment below, let us know that you made it this far. Just drop an emoji as well as share it and like the video.
Okay, so next toxic trait, are you a liar? Are you very good at it? Can you tell somebody something and they'll believe it? Or can you even tell them something and then you start to believe it? So let's figure out how we're going to turn that into making some money.
So one of the things that I definitely thought of first is lawyers. Not necessarily saying lawyers are liars. However, they are able to take information and create a story around it that supports whatever their client is asking them to do or whatever works for that case. So that definitely can be a profitable career. Like, you have so many areas of law that you could go in, from criminal to real estate law to it's just so many fields within law that you more than likely will be able to be amazing at. Like, if you dedicate yourself, and the possibilities for income with that is so phenomenal, especially with so many lawyers now creating consulting businesses aside from their actual practices. So the ability to grow financially is so there's just no limits with it.
Yes, I totally agree. Like, if you're gonna lie, if you're gonna do it anyway, make a whole lot of money from it. So are you someone who's always chasing the next relationship or dating multiple people? Not necessarily a cheater because maybe not in a relationship with them, but you're chasing multiple people. So imagine if you took that energy, like, because it takes a lot of energy to do that. It takes a lot of energy to exert yourself,
to date
mentally,
people.
like all these dates, exerting yourself maybe sexually, like that takes a lot of energy. So what I've learned is that taking that energy, taking that time back, you can exert that into putting into a business. Like, imagine you taking your time away from chasing all these people, putting energy into that, but you really reeled in and focused on something that you're truly passionate about. Whatever you're passionate about, turn that into a business. Like, right now, that's one of the best times to start online businesses with everything going on in the world. So figure out what you're passionate about and go after that. Like, you may be passionate right now about chasing multiple people, but what about being passionate about starting your own business? Like, that's one of the things I really just thought about. Like, you exert all this energy with all these people, put that energy back into yourself and start a business.
Yeah, one thing that I definitely wanted to touch on with that is just, I was on IG Live the other day with Derek Grace. And so he was just like, there was a young guy who asked him, like, hey, I'm only 19 years old. Should I be worried, or should I enjoy my life, or should I start now to kind of build up towards my financial freedom, towards a successful business? And so his response was just like, don't listen to those who say you have a whole life ahead of you. You know, like, we don't know at what point we're not supposed to be here. You know, like, we don't know when that timer is up for us. So no matter how young or old you are, the time is now to get things right. So he was just like, and Derek Grace, he was just like, look, in my 20s, in my early 20s, yes, I was, I wish I wasn't, chasing multiple women because it was stressful, but I was still simultaneously building a business. And once I stopped chasing so many women, the acceleration of my business and growth just exceeded. And now he's talking about in his 30s, like his mid 30s, he's going to be sitting back, allowing his business to continue to grow because he built them so well and with so much energy and focus. Now he can enjoy his family, enjoy his life, and create other businesses that run without him.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And so next one we'll say is, don't take offense to this one, but are you a gold digger? Right. And a gold digger doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. It could be a man too, but are you great at getting someone to pay for your lifestyle, getting someone to treat you to finer things in life, like getting someone to pay for your car, your hair, your nails, your PS5. That's definitely the topic of now.
Right.
So, like, if you're great at that, you definitely can turn that to a money-making skill, but get your own money, have your own money in your own pockets.
Yeah, because that could definitely translate to different business avenues, to even affiliate marketing. Just, there's so many businesses that you can start and just allow it to build for you. Just imagine starting let's say a hair business, you're selling hair. That's just the first thing that came to mind. But because you're already good at convincing people or at least convincing a person to spend money on you with that same value that you have in yourself, that people are to give you money, you can definitely have conversations with people with a quality product to just let them know why that product is for them. And more than likely, you have the charisma, the ability to articulate, the communication skills that's needed to grow a business. Now, you don't want to do it all by yourself. You can definitely build a team, but you at least have that base level of knowledge of communication to be able to grow a successful business in sales.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you have the ability to have someone go in their pockets and give you their money, then guess what you can also do? You can get, if you need funding for your business, let's go to the bank, get some loans so we can fund whatever type of business that you want to do and flourish and build that bank account up for yourself.
Yeah, and even if you don't want a loan, you can definitely have a group of people that, you collectively put your money together.
Yeah.
And that way, you don't have to pay anybody back in a sense, but you still have options to
other people's
have
money.
people, other people's money is a prime thing in business ownership.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the last things we'll close out with is, let's say that you were in a toxic relationship. Like we talk about toxic relationship, but you were in a toxic relationship and now you survived that toxic relationship. How can you now take that pain you may have gone to, rise up and make money and heal yourself at the same exact time?
So part of what I do, like even though I don't have a business in personal healing, but I definitely use my platform to tell my story of how I was able to use my past experiences to learn and to be able to be a better business partner, to be a better sister, family member, friend, as well as business owner. And what I see a lot of people are able to do as well in these times is to create a consulting business where you're able to at least tell your story to that person and show how you were able to build yourself up enough to get out of that toxic relationship and possibly move into a better relationship. People have so much free time these days. They have so much, I wouldn't necessarily say capital, but people are investing in themselves more than ever these days. So you have the capacity to create a story behind your story to be able to sell it so that other people can learn from what you had to do versus letting them go through it by themselves. And that could create an entire consulting business of your own. And imagine how many people you can impact that way too.
Yeah, definitely. So today we gave you some great things of taking some not so great toxic traits about yourself, but taking those traits, healing from them, becoming the best version of you, and making money from it. Like, let's no longer in 2020 keep these toxic traits, heal from them, grow from them, learn from them, and make money from them. So definitely, as always, if this resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and definitely share this with someone that you may know. Maybe you don't want to tell them they have toxic traits, but share this with someone that you know can benefit from this.